Hey there, listeners. Are you looking for authentic design from brands like Louis Vuitton, Prada, Coach, Gucci, Michael Kors, and so much more at a price that you can actually afford? Well, let me introduce you to Nora's Authentic Designer handbags, shoes, and accessories, where we have designs to meet all of your needs. All items are 100% authentic, brand new, and being sold at prices you don't want to miss out on. Find us on tradesy.com at Nora's915 or email us at norasauthenticdesign@gmail.com. Hey there, listeners. Are you looking for authentic design from brands like Louis Vuitton, Prada, Coach, Gucci, Michael Kors, and so much more at a price that you can actually afford? Well, let me introduce you to Nora's Authentic Designer handbags, shoes, and accessories, where we have designs to meet all of your needs. All items are 100% authentic, brand new, and being sold at prices you don't want to miss out on. Find us today on tradesy.com at Nora's915 or email us at norasauthenticdesign@gmail.com.
Yo, it's your boy Leo in the back with another hot video, man. Team Leo, what it do? How's everybody doing? I am great. We just finished watching SummerSlam, so I'm excited. I'm happy. SummerSlam is one of those pay-per-views that never falls flat. Like, I think WWE always puts their best foot forward in SummerSlam. SummerSlam always has shocking moments or returns of people or just great matches. And that's why I think SummerSlam has been here so long with the WWE, because it's just one of those great pay-per-views that you can't wait to see what's going to happen. And last night, so much happened at SummerSlam. From good matches, the return of people, to championships changing, you know what I mean? So it was just good. I enjoyed the show as a whole. I thought what do you call them things? The lights and the way they used them were good. I think the crowd that they had on the screens were good. The way they presented SummerSlam was great, just within itself. The only thing I would say I didn't like about the show was probably Mandy Rose's match, because it looked very, very sloppy in the beginning. And I'm like, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville have been in the ring before. Even if it wasn't against each other, it was against other people, because they both were in the Royal Rumble. And I'm like, you mean to tell me you guys have an opportunity to make the best match possible, and you guys are wrestling like very sloppy, very, I don't know what the next move is. It took her a while to get the table up. I was just like, child, this they could have stayed for Raw or SmackDown. But other than that match, I think the whole SummerSlam was great itself. So we're just going to go through the matches. I'm not going through moves and all that. I'm that child, we'd be here forever. Who got time for that? Nobody. SummerSlam, the kickoff show, it was Cruz versus MVP equals good match. I thought it was a good match. What made it a better match is because nobody interfered. It was one-on-one, because, you know, MVP has Shelton Benjamin and Bobby on his side, but this really showed what Cruz could do in a one-on-one match with MVP, and it was good. You know what I mean? He's still champion, which is good, because it's his time to shine. He's been with the company for a minute, so I'm glad that they gave him an opportunity to run with the ball. That was a good match. Then we had the SmackDown champion, Asuka versus Bayley. I think we all already knew Bayley was gonna win. And what I liked about this match, It's kind of the ending of it. It was great. You know, Sasha tried to interfere and it backfired. Well, no, Sasha took the bullet for her, and that's how Bayley got the roll up, which was a great way to end it because I don't think a lot of people seen that coming. I also liked Asuka in her performance throughout the night. I remember SummerSlam and going back to the 90s. Bret Hart used to wrestle twice on a pay-per-view and sometimes twice on just Monday or third or yeah, back then I think it was just Monday Night Raw. But he used to wrestle twice too, and this is what Asuka did. She had to wrestle twice, and I like wrestlers like that who wrestle twice because it shows that one, they can hold their own, two, they can put on great matches twice in one night, and it shows what their ability can do and how much they believe in their talent and their gift, and it also shows what the company believes in them to be able to deliver two matches in one night. So shout out to Asuka for an amazing job that she did. Of course, Bayley won, which was good. Another thing, they're giving Bayley a chance to win with the title, even though she's been champion a very long time now. But it's good, you know what I mean? I think her being a heel is way better than her being a babyface, but that's just my opinion. But I thought she did a great job as a heel. Then we had the World Tag Team Champion match. Good match, but I'm not like a fan of their tag team division right now. I think WWE needs to focus on their tag team division a little more because they don't really have a tag team division. They're just kind of putting people together. So, of course, it was a great match. Street Profit won, which was good. You know what I mean? Then you had the no disqualification match with Sonya and Mandy. The bad match. It was just sloppy in the beginning. I was just like, child, y'all could have saved this for Monday night. But it was good to see that Mandy Rose won. But to me, like, when I look at Mandy Rose, I know, like, we don't know Vince personally, but I know he has like this Trish Stratus affection. So anybody with blonde hair, I think he puts in that category of trying to be the next Trish. That's just how I look at people. You know what I mean? I think that's how he looks at them. So Mandy Rose winning, I already knew was like, okay, we already know she's gonna win. I think a lot of people wanted Sonya Deville to win. But Mandy won, and then out came her little boyfriend with the Money in the Bank. And just, speaking of Money in the Bank, where has he been? Like, has he been on the program? Has he had a match? Like, he's still carrying Money in the Bank. Like, is you gonna cash it in, bruh, or nah? But yeah, Mandy Rose, they could have saved that match. Like, that was the only downfall of SummerSlam to me. Everything else was great. Then we had the street fight versus Seth Rollins and Dominic Mysterio, which was a great match. Seth won, which I didn't see coming. Like, I really thought they were going to give it to Dominic because it was his first match. And, you know, that's Ray's son. And what I liked about this match was the fact that Seth Rollins, being the professional, took his time with the match. They knew when to speed it up, when to slow it down. They knew the next move's coming. Like, he really was working with Dominic. And it also showed what Dominic could do because a lot of us as fans were wondering if we were going to see the Cruiserweight style with him. And he did do a couple of Cruiserweight moves, which were really, really good. Also, it was good to see him do the Frog Splash. That was a tribute to his uncle, Eddie Guerrero. May he rest in peace. You know what I mean? So that was good to see that. Seth turned around after they had tied up Ray and him turning to go and towards Rey Mysterio Jr.'s wife. That was a straight heel move. I enjoyed that. That just little bit of detail right there. You know what I mean? It's like that makes a great match. Just that part right there. Then we had, so that was a great match. I would say, well, no, I can't say that was the match of the night because we still have other people to talk about. Then we had the Raw Women's match, Asuka versus Sasha. This match was great. Asuka took one hell of a bump on the outside when Sasha did the powerbomb. Then she took another couple of headshots, and I was just like, I hope, you know, she's not wrestling with a concussion and they don't know it because she can seriously get hurt like that. You know what I mean? But Asuka took one hell of a bump outside. And I was just sitting there watching it as a fan going, I hope she's okay because if she's wrestling, they don't know she's concussed, then child, you go to end of her career. But, you know, I guess that's what the referees are for. They let them know if they're okay and they can continue and stuff like that. That was a great match. The ending was great. Sasha looked very disappointed. I don't know if she was disappointed in herself for losing or disappointed in Bayley for not taking the bullet like she did in her match. You know what I mean? They're still tag team champions, and now that she's no longer the Raw Women's Champion, now I think they're really gonna get. Now we can get the ball rolling with Sasha versus Bayley now, because SummerSlam is one of the end of the year pay-per-views. So now I think they're gonna start building these two, because eventually they're gonna have to drop the tag team titles, so that Sasha can go for the SmackDown Women's Championship. But that was a good match. I enjoyed that. I can't wait to see what they do next with Sasha. I know she's probably going to not blame Bayley, but probably blame her. You know what I mean? So it's good to get that ball rolling with them. I can't wait to see the storyline with them. Then we have the championship, WWE Championship match, which I seen in the comment section. Somebody said online that well, they basically feel bad because Drew McIntyre is not ending SummerSlam, and he's been champion since WrestleMania, and he hasn't been able to be the main event on the show, basically. And I'm like, WWE probably wants Strowman to be champion and want him to be in that main event. But I'm like, at this point, as long as you're champion, who cares? I think Drew McIntyre has done a phenomenal job, whether he's on the beginning of the card, the middle of the card, or the end of the card. I think he's had the best reign all year. That's just my opinion. Randy and Drew, great match. I thought Randy was gonna win. I really did. Only because he normally wins at SummerSlam. SummerSlam is kind of like his good luck pay-per-view. I think he won his first championship against Chris Benoit at SummerSlam. So SummerSlam's always been a good pay-per-view for him. So I just assumed he was gonna win. I was kind of cheering for Randy, but overall, it was a good match. And what made it a great match, and I know SummerSlam has that title line, you won't see it coming. I got what that was for, but the way they ended the match, I don't think anybody's seen that coming. He went for the Broad Kick, and Randy ducked out of the way. Then Randy went for the RKO, and then he turned it, Drew McIntyre turned it into a backslide, and he got the win that way. And I was like, yo, that was a great way to end that match, because now Randy can kind of get a rematch. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, you won, but how good did you win? You know what I mean? Was that a lucky move, or was that something? You know what I mean? It made Drew look like he was smarter than Randy, the way they ended that, and that was good. I hope down the line they do a rematch, because that was really a good match, and that's what you need. You needed great matches like that. Personally, I think that was the match of the night. I think that should have ended the show. Randy and Drew. I thought it was a great match. You guys leave your comments and you let me know if you think it's a great match. And then we have the last match, which is the WWE Universal Championship with Braun Strowman and The Fiend. I think by this time everybody wanted The Fiend to win. Braun needs to come up, and I probably said this in another way, he needs to come up with some more moves, because he doesn't really have any moves. And as a wrestler, you need moves so the match can be good. And if he can just do a power slam and a big boot and that's it, then I don't know. Because he was getting tossed around last night, and I was just like, damn. The Fiend won. I don't know if I don't want to say I agree with the end. Before they did the ending, Braun Strowman had seemed like he was trying to take the ring apart. And I was like, okay, you're sitting here taking the ring apart, and you know that your opponent is behind you. What did you think was going to happen? You know what I mean? So I was just like, I didn't get the whole purpose of him taking the ring apart. But The Fiend won with his move. And then we have, of course, shocking moments and return of the big dog, Roman Reigns. And I'm not a big Roman fan, but it was great to see him last night. It gave SummerSlam the icing on the cake that it needed. I love shocking returns. It was good to see him. And what's the best about his return is he returned as a heel. Because, they've been keeping him as babyface for years, and the fans have been booing. So now that he's have a heel one, now they have a real reason to boo him. He was making statements last night. He held up the championship to let them know that it was his belt. And he kind of has a point. Because I'm like, Braun, you wouldn't have been champion if he didn't pull out of WrestleMania. So, you know what I mean? I don't know if that was planned that way or if he really needed the time off that he needed because of the COVID situation and what's going on. But it was good to see him at SummerSlam. I'm glad he's back. The ratings will probably go up now, you know what I mean? On either Raw or SmackDown. Probably SmackDown, because he's going to be on SmackDown. He's not going to be on Raw. So he'll be on SmackDown, which helps them with the ratings too. And that's probably Vince was like, okay, some of y'all probably do have to come back because the ratings are dropping and he needs more star power. And Roman is star power. How does it make The Fiend look? I don't know, because you know if Roman's coming back, and he's coming back for the championship, so you already know Roman's gonna win. So I don't know what they're gonna do with The Fiend after he drops the title to Roman. But SummerSlam was great overall. I give it a 7. I do. I thought it was a great pay-per-view, and it made up for last month's pay-per-view, because last month's pay-per-view was just unorganized. This pay-per-view was it had shock value, great matches, returns, lights, camera, action, you name it, it had it. So I enjoyed it. It was a 7. You guys leave your comments and let me know if you like SummerSlam, if you like the review, and let me know what you think of Roman Reigns' return at SummerSlam, because the big dog is back. My name's Leo, and it's been a pleasure. I'll see you in the next video. Peace! Ow.